And now, Giant Sports Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Eric and Glenn.
We're talking Giants every day. From McCovey Cove to the Oracle Park lights, Eric and Glenn keep the fire burning bright, fighting for the glory, no matter what it costs us, breaking down the moments from the wins to the losses. Giant Sports Talk, we're here for the ride. Eric and Glenn with the fan base pride, talking dreams, will they contend? But we'll back the Giants till the very end. Let's go Giants! Yes! 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 Oh! Eric and Glenn breaking it down, all Giants all the time.
All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Giant Sports Talk Live here, post-game of the first game for Team USA in the World Baseball Classic. They are taking on Brazil. It is currently in the top of the ninth. Terang just told second base, so he's sitting over there at second base. Bobby Witt Jr. is up to bat. Count is 2-2. I can bring up the dots here in a little bit, but we'll get a little bit more into it. We could talk a little bit about what happened earlier in the game. Well, of course, we'll get into some Giants baseball. It is, after all, spring training. But have you been watching baseball all day today, Glenn, as far as the WBC?
I was talking to Lou earlier today. I don't know if anybody in the chat agrees with this sentiment, but the problem, beginning up, what was it, Tuesday? There were some games. There were these exhibition matchups, the kind of warm-up classics against regional teams. So I threw on a game this afternoon. Jesus, Eric, I think it was the sixth inning, and I found out that, oh no, that game was played yesterday. So Lou could have called me up and said, hey, you want to make a bet on the game? Anyway, I'm finding they're all over the place. I don't know who's playing what's live, what's not. They're being repeated. Like if it's on Fox, it's on FS1, FS2.
They're over in Japan, right? They're over here in the States.
Yeah, they get games on at 5 of the. You can literally watch baseball from 5 a.m., Eric, until now. I mean, and throw in the Giants. They were on SanFranciscoGiants.com today. So I got to listen to the call of the game with Glenn Kuiper. A lot of baseball today, Eric. But again, I thought tonight's game bit of a letdown, bit of a snoozer for USA. They certainly didn't.
Are you saying that because of who they're playing against? Brazil is not exactly a baseball powerhouse. I'm surprised. I mean, look, it's 8-5. I did not expect that. I really didn't.
They covered. I mean, I was thinking about that early in the game. I went, geez, they got off to the good start against Logan Webb. He settled down. I was surprised he went 4. How about you, Lou? I thought maybe three, because quite frankly, I mean, this is an opening day. This is still preseason, if you will, spring training type of a game, even though not the atmosphere. So they didn't just exactly, bring him in softly. He got a majority of the outing there.
Yeah, real quick, Bobby Witt just hit a single, scored Terang from seconds to now 9-5. But Luke, right. We were talking earlier. You were saying the cover was pretty high, right? As far as the overall.
Yeah, I think USA was favored by 10.5 runs. So that meant the game started. They were down 11-0. But I think he went 4 innings because I think there's a rule in WBC that major leaguers can only pitch 60 pitches. And if I remember right, Webb only pitched 53.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah,
it was very, again,
and maybe
he wants
maybe
to
that's
stretch
where he's
out.
at. Maybe that's
Yeah.
where he's at in spring training, because this would be his third start.
Yeah,
And usually
so
the third start, you're going around 60 pitches, somewhere around there.
I'd
right?
be worried if he was like about 78, maybe close to 80 pitches pitching for, like typical
Right.
Giants. But, hey, Webb bounced back after giving up, the second pitch he pitched, a tape measure shot. But, hey, again, it's spring training. He also probably didn't realize who he was batting against. This guy, I think, is below rookie ball. But,
that's
again,
kinda where
all
he's at.
major leaguers, when you throw it over with no movement, these guys are there for a reason. And, he took him deep, but then he, got back, pitch,
He got him the second go around, and it's funny.
Yeah.
Did you see how he struck him out?
Yeah.
It was a pitch timer violation, and it was Lucas Ramirez, the offspring of
Manny.
Manny Ramirez. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but hey, he pitched 4 innings. Unfortunately, he won't get the win because he didn't pitch 5. But
Right.
still,
Yeah.
good effort. And the other thing too is, again, we brought this up the other night. I know it's just another start for Webb, but when you're pitching among all those superstars of USA, you're going to do whatever you can to show. I'm representing the Giants, but I'm also representing the National League and Major League. So I thought he performed fine. Again, it wasn't against much of a team, or we thought wasn't much of a team, but we don't know. It's Brazil. Brazil didn't play in the previous one, so I think there was a lot of unknown doubt. But hey, these guys are all major, of that caliber, and if you make a mistake, you're going to get hit. But hey, 4 innings, and his team's going to win. That's what's most important.
In as much, too, Eric, I watched up until showtime. I was watching the game there on TV. In as much as you can say Webb pitched well, I texted Lou. Lou, did you get my text early in the game? I said, this umpiring is brutal.
Yeah, that guy was missing some strikes, man.
I couldn't believe balls were strike. I said, what is this? Balls are strikes and strikes are balls. Oh my God! It would have been the monkey. It would have been the monkey brigade tonight.
Come on! You can't do it in the WBC, unfortunately.
I thought the officiating tonight was terrible behind the plate. Absolutely,
it was pretty bad. It was pretty damn brutal. Oh my God! Look at this guy Lopez. He is all over the place.
Have you or Lou actually been in that Minute Maid Park? Because
it's not. It's
on television. On television, it looks. Television.
I have been. I was there for the All-Star game. The boxes are literally like maybe 290. I saw I think it was the second homer by Brazil. The ball would have been not even on the warning track at Oracle. But hey, that's the park where Houston designed their team for that park. But it's very unique. USA is going to be playing there against Mexico, who came off a win today. So, we'll see how it is.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, but the park is very small. Now they do open up. It is have a roof, but it does open up too. So it's very unique, like Texas, but it's a small ballpark. It's a hitter's ballpark. Let me put it that way.
Is it still Minute Maid? Is it still?
No. Originally it was Enron Field.
It was Enron, then it was Minute Maid, then it was something, and now it's Dakin. I was like, what the hell is Dakin? What is Dakin?
Have
you ever heard of the one in Chicago where the White Sox play? I can't.
Oh, guaranteed rate field. Guaranteed rate field. Yeah, it's just
guaranteed rate field.
But hey, it's baseball. It's fun to watch it on TV. At least there's some competitiveness. And look, it was fun because you had dramatics right off the top. Aaron Judge, the captain, he goes deep to left field and was able to get the first 2 runs so it kind of set the tone. So it was kind of fun to see. And then of course Brazil in the next inning, the young boy, what is it? 20 years old. And
20 years old, yeah.
And he hits one off our guy Webb. But then of course Webb settled in and goes 4 innings, like you said, threw a lot of strikes. I think he had 30 strikes out of those 30 something strikes out of the 53 pitches. 6 strikeouts.
Perfect.
And look, does those numbers matter in the WBC? No, they don't. But he's getting his work in, and more importantly, he looked sharp. His ball, the sinker, you want low and have movement. It was low and it had movement. His changeup, it's low and and the changeup. One thing I noticed, if I'm not mistaken, I didn't see very many 4-seams. I don't even know if he threw a 4-seam in this outing. It's a little wrinkle that he threw in there last year that he had a lot of success with. But again, it's WBC. So to a certain extent, even though it's competitive, I think he's still working on some things.
But
Hey,
you know
Eric,
what? I took from the game early, Eric, when they were doing the play-by-play and given the scenarios, behind the scenes. This is an important event for young ball players, Eric. See a 17-year-old pitcher trying to make his mark.
That's crazy.
He did his geography homework before the game, got that out of the way, and he pitched. And I thought he did a damn good job. He didn't look flustered at all, but it's an opportunity.
Yeah, it is absolutely, man. These kids, because you're getting a taste of it, of what it's going to be like in the majors.
He's undrafted. Right? He's undrafted. So
and let's talk about that. He sucked his second outing, or I should say his second inning, but because he got out of a jam, right? He got Aaron Judge he blew up his bat and then was able to turn a double play, and that was huge for the kid, man. How about that? How about that, man?
I like
He's 17 years old, and he comes, hey, what did you do over the weekend? I was in the WBC, and I got Aaron Judge to end the inning with a double play. How about
Well, he's got some good game tape whenever he wants to send out the demos, right? That's what it's all about for those young players.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's in high school.
No, dude. It's
Hey,
crazy.
Eric, the one thing about today, WBC, Giants pitching better get good.
Maybe the Giants need him, Lou. Maybe the Giants go after him.
Giants 2 weeks go against the man, the captain of the USA.
Yeah.
And again, I know we'll talk more about it, but obviously Ohtani's ready for opening day.
Oh,
and,
my
we're
God.
Playing him. It's sort of ridiculous. So just wanted
He went 3 for 4 with a grand slam over in Japan.
And a double in the same inning.
He's ready. My God, dude. It's going to be.
And you know what else?
It's going to be brutal.
You know what else? Yeah. I am getting to watch a lot of ball and a little more meaningful. I mean, it's not that meaningful to me, but it's the games count. They're important to certain teams and certain players, and that's what all matters, right? It's better than watching exhibition baseball. But Eric, I sat back today, and you got to get caught up doing the show and other shows in the MLB network, and they're 30 teams in 30 days. And Eric, when you sit back, I don't know if you've had a chance, you or Lou, have had a legitimate chance to sit back. And when you listen to everybody talk about this starting rotation, this is a B plus or a C. I mean, come on. I think you're getting caught up and drinking the Kool-Aid of all the Giants, they got a better offense. So the pitching, Eric, this pitching lineup, our pitching staff, I think it's being a little bit overhyped at this point. I just don't see, after you get past Ray, who's getting you consistent wins, consistent outings, Eric. There are going to be a lot of games, I think, in my opinion, early, that are going to look more like bullpen games. Guys are going to go 2 and 3 innings and they're going to be going to the bullpen. I could be wrong. And I'll be the first guy to step up to the plate and go tip my hat with a brand new haircut and say, I was wrong. But Eric, all tendencies, all signs right now, especially Lou, what we're seeing in the preseason over there in the Cactus League, all of the indications to me are just not enough depth to our starting pitching.
Go for it, Lou.
Yeah, I think that we talk about it nightly. The Giants pitching. We saw one of our Giants pitchers who's competing for one of our bullpen spots is pitching the WBC. He gave up a 3-run bomb today, Beck. And I think the problem is still being this close to opening day. We're talking it's 18 days away. Is there still none of the questions have been answered? Really, that's what it is. We still have a lot of guys competing probably for 6 or 7 spots. And it's just a big question mark, which isn't the greatest when, we talk about the schedule. We talk about, we're really more of like maybe 2.5 pitchers, a lot of question marks. It's not a great way to start off the season. I'd rather hey, we're excited the season's starting in 2 weeks. Can't wait for it to start. But right now we're still just trying to fit the holes with square pegs. And that's got a problem where, we're not sure. and it could lead down to a dark alley just to start off the season. I'm not worried about the offense. I think we can hit. I think we're a lot better percentage-wise hitting in the clutch, but pitching is a big problem. And, we bring up a great point all the time is these guys, especially probably for the first 3 starts, aren't going to go 6, maybe 7 innings. I think they're all going to be on a pitch count. So the bullpen is bigger now than it is in September. We got to start off successful, no injuries, and just try to stay as close as we can. I guess the best way to say it.
Lou, we added a center fielder, right? We move a guy who plays center field, Jung Hoo Lee, who's participating in this classic.
Yep.
So you got a fresh face in center field. You move Jung Hoo. Maybe I'll ask Eric. Eric, I think I might have brought it up at the tail end of the show the other night, but people like Lou just said, lineup looks better. I think it looks better on paper. But really, we're kind of rolling with pretty much a similar lineup that we did last year. So where are we cutting down on the strikeouts and getting more quality at bats with runners in scoring position?
Well, what I think is going to happen?
Such a big change to the lineup.
I got a feeling, and we'll see how it plays out when the regular season, because there's one guy that's really perking my interest, and that's Matt Chapman. He is having a phenomenal spring training, and I think he's taking a different approach. And I think that's what you have to do, because what do you want to do before you get into the regular season? You want to work on things in spring training. You want to make sure whatever you're doing is correct. That's where you practice, right? That's what spring training is all about. It's about practice. So if you're seeing some success coming out of him, that's going to pay dividends for the Giants. And I think some of this may be coming from the coaching staff. Remember, this is an entirely new coaching staff. There is not one person on his coaching staff that is going to be that was any part of any significant coaching last year. It's all different. And maybe there's a different approach that they're telling these guys to take. Maybe it's, hey, take a swing of where the pitch is thrown, right? Instead of going out there and trying to absolutely annihilate it. And maybe that was because of Pat Burrell last year. Maybe he was a, hey, no guts, no glory type of guy. And it's like, hey, go out there and swing from the hip, so to speak.
So have you changed your tail of the tape? For months and late last season, you were saying, look, and even when they signed Vitello, you said, look, manager, coaches, they don't win you the ball games. It's not
they
players.
don't.
So
but they can help with approach.
A little bit of a change in your philosophy.
I think what it's going to happen is I think they may be learning new things, and we'll see if that's going to have any effect. This is where you're supposed to do it, is in spring training, because once the regular season starts, it's pretty hard because you're getting into the swing of things. I mean, you still got to do stuff on the side, but yes, ultimately it's up to the player to come up and absolutely produce. And that's the key. And if they're willing to change, if they're seeing success and they're sticking with it, well, then there we go. Because look what we saw last year, Glenn, right? April last year, they came out on fire. They took the momentum that they had in spring training and it carried on them all the way through April and a little bit into May. But then they started reverting back to what they're used to, and it wound up turning into a damn absolute disaster in the middle of the season. Let's see what happens. And to Lou's point, you're talking about April. If the Giants, if they could finish 500 in April, that's huge, man. That is absolutely huge for the San Francisco Giants. And that's why I said the lineup, I think, is going to be better, for the simple fact, maybe they're going to cut down on strikeouts. We're going to have to wait until the games are played, because if they do cut down on strikeouts, I think we're going to see a lot more success. Look at that. The Team USA is starting to pile it on. It is now 12-5. But,
something else I'm afraid of, though, Eric, when you talk about the lineup, from what I've seen in the spring, I'm afraid you talk about reverting back.
Mm-hmm.
I have this sneaking suspicion that this team is going to live and die on the sword by the long ball this year.
I don't think so. Because what are they doing in spring training? They're not swinging for you. You're not seeing home runs hitting all over the place with the Giants. They're scoring a shit ton of runs, but they're not becoming as a result of home runs.
Yeah, but a lot of those runs are, if you break it down, Eric, a lot of those runs are coming from, and I said this on the show the other night with the box score. I throw that all out the window because the other day the team scored about 8-9 runs, but 6 or 7 of those, 85% of the runs that were scored in that game accounted for the final score were guys who aren't even going to be in San Francisco. So I don't think the preseason really amounts to a hill of beans.
Spring training is going to tell you it's practice. It's to prepare for the regular season. Yes. Do you want guys out there showing something? Yeah, of course you do. You don't want them out there freaking absolutely being dog shit, right? You got to show something. But in the bigger scheme of things, it means nothing. And let me talk about the pitching. Let me get to the pitching real quick.
In a minute, let's ask. I want to hear Lou's. Can this, if this is such a similar lineup to last year, can we cut down the strikeouts?
We'll see.
Can we? But go ahead, Eric. You're going to say something about the pitching.
Yeah, the starting pitching. I still think the start of the season, I think the rotation is going to be fine. My biggest concern, and again, because this is baseball, it's not just 3 months worth of baseball. It's 6. So they could come out there, be fresh as a daisy, right? But as soon as you start piling up innings on the arm, things can start going sideways. And that's the concern I have because 3 of the 5 starters, right, don't really have that longevity as far as the season, right? 100 pitches is about where they're at. Last year, Malley didn't even get to 100 pitches, if I'm not mistaken. I could be off on that. But you got to be careful of that because that's when you start getting the wear and the tear and the fatigue, and then, something could happen. That's my biggest concern right now. It's not necessarily that these guys aren't major league pitchers. Of course they are. Hauser has had success. Malley has had success. But can they do that through, let's say, 30 starts? That's my concern. So I think they could come out of the box fairly strong. But to your point, Glenn, what is going to happen once we get to July, once we get to the dog days of August? Mm-hmm. How is that going to – and who is going to be the quote-unquote the cavalry if they have to go to someone to fill a rotation spot? That's my biggest concern, Glenn.
Well, I know Lou's sitting there. He wants to chime in, but I got one more for you then, Eric. And I don't want to throw you under the bus here, but which side of the fence are you actually on heading into the season? Because 5 minutes ago you said, geez, if we play 500 baseball in the first month, mm-hmm. I mean, wow, we'll be lucky. We'll take that.
Yeah.
You're saying the pitching's going to come out, no problem. The pitching, you're all in, no trouble with if the pitching is that good, wouldn't you think we're going to play better than 500 baseball?
You should. But here's my problem, Glenn. The elephant in the room. Yeah, the rotation might be fine. The hitting might be fine. But what's going to happen when you get to innings 7, 8, and 9? The bullpen still, I'm telling you, I am not going to come off of this. The bullpen is my biggest concern because who is going to be those guys that Tony Vitello can rely on to get those wins? Because how many wins or how many losses do we have last year because the bullpen failed? That's why I think they may, if you come out 500, I'm okay because you're doing something because it's a brutal beginning of the season. So Lou, I mean, you talk to us. I mean, we keep talking about Pitt. It's a daily thing here because that's really, I mean, probably the focus. Where are you sitting?
Here's my thing. I think our offense is better for 2 reasons. We have somebody we can look at who's a professional hitter in Luis Arias. I think he's probably helping more than we even know. And we got a batting coach from a team that knows what they're doing from Toronto. So I think we have to give 2 guys credit. Obviously it's helping Chapman. I haven't really heard about anybody else, Eldridge or Adames or any of these guys, but I think it's a big thing. Now I'm putting Arias in where people can look at him and you can learn so much. Unlike when Bonds hung out, this guy's actually a player, right? And he's a consistent contact hitter. So I think just getting him, he's more like a player coach. Then you have a coach from Toronto who really turned the Blue Jays around. It wasn't like just last year they came out of the woodwork. They've had a great offensive team for almost 3 years. That's why the Giants, Tony, and Buster went after this guy, right? I think we'd be more concerned if the offense was worse. Like, my God, we got this guy from Toronto. Is it the players? We got a rise hitter. So I'm more positive on that. pitching, we all know. I think our bullpen's not good.
By the way, Lou, I hope you didn't take the under, because look at that score, how that's changed.
I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it, man.
I did not bet the game. 10.5 was a little steep for me.
It's right on the number, man.
Today,
look at that.
Yeah, amazing. So,
what about the pitching then?
But pitching, I'm really worried about the bullpen, especially early in the season. Not necessarily who we're playing against. You got to remember, these pitchers' arms just are not ready to go. 80, 90, 100 pitches. I mean, I look at it this way. Look at the guys who have been going. They're going 2 innings, 50 pitches. It's a lot tougher. Once the season starts, you get a little more pressure. You get all this. It's tough, because, I mean, literally, here's the other thing. Say our pitchers can't go more than 3 or 4 innings. Who are long relievers? Our 2 long relievers have been a disaster. They're not ready. They've been going, an inning and a third, an inning. And, and that's really where the last 2 weeks, I don't care what the starters do, as long as they can get pitchers, they can get pitches, pitch 70, 65, 70, because you need your arm strength once the season starts, and it's just one of those things. So I think that's really critical. But, speaking about the offense, what I thought, I just think, we now have I never thought Pat the Bat was a good pick. Really, to tell you the truth, a lot of the Giants have gotten I remember when Carney Lansford was batting coach, he was horrible. Bam, he was okay. Now we have a guy that's actually a proven. Again, let me rephrase that. You can be a great hitter, but being a coach is a lot different. We really never had a great hitting coach. Okay. Bam wasn't that great. Carney Lansford was a great hitter, wasn't a good coach. Everyone said, let's get Bonds. Bonds probably didn't want to do it because it's a lot of work to be a hitting coach. Now we got a guy that was successful in Toronto. Now he's with us. And I just think, you're bringing up Chapman. I'm not a big fan of Chapman because he's had 1 year. But if you can change Chapman, what that'll do, and you have a rise. Now you have a lineup where it's not just really 3 or 4 deep. It's longer. It's more consistent, and that's what it is. I mean, if Chapman can maybe bat 10, maybe 15% better with runner scoring position and not strike out.
My God, that's huge.
Huge.
That's huge.
And again, it's just one of those things. Now, again, I'll bring this up. We've heard a lot about Chapman, but we haven't heard about anybody else. Maybe that's a great thing, or people are still working on these other things. But, it's a step in the right direction. I'm not going to worry about pitching right now just because usually the pitchers are ahead of the batters. Yeah. But, it's one of those things.
Not much longer.
That's what I feel.
Good deal. And look, and we were talking about and there's one guy I totally forgot about when we were talking about the injuries. Michael Fulmer might actually make this team. He might make this team. Again, he's a veteran. He's had a good spring. And he's not a guy that's going to come out and overpower you, but he does have he could put some spin on the ball, and I think he might be effective. So we may see him take one of these spots that have been vacated by maybe by Joel Peguero, because remember, he was your hard throwing righty and he's probably going to be out for a while. Has there been any news? And then again, I haven't been keeping track of, has there been any news on Reaver San Martin as far as his hip flexor? I haven't heard anything. But again, it's a story that we're going to watch. And this is the beauty of when baseball starts. We just don't know where it's going to head or where it's going to go. All we could go on is by what we're seeing in spring training and what we're seeing on paper. And then we go from there. We're Giants fans. So, hey, let's see what happens. We'll give it the best shot they can. And that's unfortunately, that's all we can do. Would I have liked the Giants have done more? Absolutely, man. You guys know I've been freaking screaming from the rooftops that I wanted the Giants to do more, specifically with the pitching. So we'll see. Glenn, are you not excited about the lineup, or do you think the lineup will be better than, say, the last couple of years?
I think the lineup will be a tad better.
Yep.
A tad better. I think you're going to get enough. I think you're going to get more than enough. I'm going to take a shot at Lou. I think you're going to get enough out of Eldridge. He's going to make this team. He's going to contribute. So he's the
right.
third. He's the third matrix here. You've got
Oh, this is good. Let's do this. Go,
so
go,
there's
go.
three additions. I think the lineup will be better, but while he will contribute with doubles and a triple there, you get
Dude,
long
this
balls,
is where I
defensive.
wanted to go. This is where I wanted to go.
But does he really help you with the strike? Is he going to cut down your strikeouts?
There we go. Let's go here because I wanted to talk about this tonight.
There's going to be, to me, there's going to be a lot of similar. My new light, I got a new light here and I can't get it working. Somebody thinks I got a new camera. It's just the lighting in here.
Yeah, no, it looks
well,
good.
Eric, I think there are a lot. While we've made changes, there are a lot of similarities to last year's team, and I want you to, not necessarily now, but before we go tonight, my big question when you talk about the lineup and the pitching is where did we spend the money this offseason? Where really did we spend it?
That's a great story. It wasn't spent in one spot. It was spread. We went out there and got a bunch of guys.
Dribs and drabs. We never went out and got, I mean, we never got a rise for what? 10 and a half, 11? I mean, it's
as far as the lineup is concerned, and you know what? I'm going to tell you something. You're bringing up Eldridge, right? And look, I've been here a million times. I want to see him do it at the major league level, right? That's what I've been saying this whole time because I'm tired. I'm tired, Lou. And you can relate to this, and the same with you, Glenn. I'm tired of the hype, or if you even want to say the overhype of our prospects. I just want them to go out there and get it done. I want them to be successful. I want them to be, when they are a San Francisco Giant, that they are going to contribute to the team. I don't want this damn bust. I'm tired of seeing the busts. It's old. But I'm gonna tell you something. You're talking about Eldridge. Look, his last couple of games, right? He's been scalding the ball, scalding it. And to your point, you were talking about doubles, and today he hit a triple. I would love to see, and maybe that's what the coaches are doing with Bryce Eldridge. Because if you're going to hit the ball that hard and just make solid contact, whether it's hitting the gaps, whether it's going down the line, and eventually it will go over the fence. Because if he's got the natural power that everyone is talking about, right? Well, then eventually those home runs are going to come. It's all about the approach. And if he has the right approach and he cuts down on the strikeouts, but he's driving the ball, I tell you, that's going to be huge for the Giants. And let's see what happens, man. You know, I still feel this way. If he needs to go to AAA, I'm okay with it. For me, it's not like, oh my God, Bryce is going to AAA. No, I don't care. I want him to contribute. And if it means he has to work on something, that's fine. But, and I said this as well, if he makes a solid case in spring training, go for it, man. Then go do it. And let's see what happens when quote unquote the bell rings. Because, man, this could be something if he's able to go out there. And like I said, I don't want to put this immense pressure on him. Just let him go and play. Let him go do what he has to do. And we have to see it, though. There's got to be tangible results of when he is a San Francisco Giant. So let's see what happens. Lou, I mean, are you seeing?
No, you know, the one thing about Eldridge, I didn't see today's triple, but I think one thing I've noticed on his batting, he's going oppo. I think, you know, last year,
that's nice.
Everything was trying to pull. He's letting the ball come in a little bit more, and he's hitting it the opposite way. And, you know, I think maybe it's just maturity, but that's a big thing that makes you from a decent hitter to a great hitter, you know, taking the ball where it's pitched. I mean, you know, Chung-Hoo, I think of Lee last year, so many times he did the same play. He basically tried to pull the outside pitch, and it was a weak rounder to second.
Second
what
base,
did he do? He started doing something different, right? And I think that's what Eldridge maybe has been working on, hitting the opposite way, going the opposite way, because I saw one of his doubles, and it was to left center. You know, do you know what happens if you can hit like that at Oracle or hit
my
to right
gosh.
center? Everything changes, you know, and then that cuts down on the strikeouts, you know, because we had literally 5 guys that struck out way too much. If you can just take care of 2 guys where they cut down 10% of their strikeouts, it makes a world of difference. So
100%.
Yeah.
Let me get to this real quick, and we'll come back to Eldridge. Fuji donates $2, says Team USA and Japan are favored, but the DR is a sleeper. I could see that. That should be. We'll see how it pans out. We'll keep an eye on it. What Team USA is going to do. Looks like they're only 1 out away. Mason Miller's in the game. He's got 2 strikeouts. Runner on first. He's already got an 0-2 count. Looks like the game is about to be done, where the USA will beat Brazil. But Glenn, are you feeling that? I mean, you.
Should have been done in the first inning.
Yeah.
Really should have, couldn't it? I mean,
right. They waited a little bit. They wanted to keep people.
I can't believe it went 9, to be honest with you. But go ahead.
I know, right? But you brought up this Eldridge, and I like what you're saying. I just want to see him go out and make solid contact. And honestly, and this is just me. Don't bat him so high in the lineup. I mean, if he can handle it, okay. But let's keep it simple for the kid. So he just goes out there and plays, and then let's see what happens. And if he earns it, okay, then you move him up in the lineup.
Eric, where would you like him to bat? Like 6th, 7th?
6th or 7th.
6, 7, somewhere around there. I'm okay with that. 6 or 7. Yeah.
Yep.
8 and 9, I think is no. 6
No,
or
you're
7.
going to have Bailey and Bader down there.
Yeah. So
you just have to, on a Friday night, I believe the simple statement would be, Eric, how does he fit into the aggregate? That's all I want to know.
There you go. Game's over.
That's all I want to know. Lou, too many people in our chat listening to Public Enemy. Don't believe the hype. Mike Val, he's all hyped up. He's like, oh my gosh, Chapman's hot. Listen, I don't even look at this stuff until opening day. If at the end of 10 days of real baseball, he's swinging a hot bat, hitting home runs, line drives, doing it all, then he's hot. Right now, he's having a nice preseason. That's it.
And you want to see that, right? You want to freaking see that. And you know
I do. But again, we're talking hype, Eric. How much hype is like lauded on these players and the teams in the preseason? Last year, oh my God, we won the Cactus League. We won. Punched the ticket to the World Series. And then we couldn't beat the Marlins and the Sox, for God's sake. So
I know.
It means absolutely nothing.
I know.
Big league players play big league players on opening day.
The only time where spring training gets really excited is when these guys are battling for that 26th man on the roster. That's the time where spring training really gets exciting for me.
But we can talk about that at Tommy's.
We're 3 weeks. We still got 3 weeks.
Conversation at Tommy's.
Yeah, ain't that the damn truth? But I tell you what,
a week out.
I mean, it's Friday night. You talked about, right?
Yeah, I'm not even hyped up yet. We haven't gone yet. The DJ's late. The DJs didn't show up tonight.
But it's okay, because in just over a week, let's go, man. Come on.
Come see Eric, Glenn, and Lou for the Giants Sports Talk Live Meet and Greet, March 14th from 3 to 7 p.m. at Tommy's Mexican Restaurant, home of the world-famous Tommy Margarita.
I'm Julio Bermejo, the North American ambassador of tequila, here at Tommy's Mexican Restaurant, where we will welcome Giants Sports Talk Live, March 14th. Come see Glenn, Eric, and Super Salty Lou here at Tommy's and learn all about the Tommy's Margarita.
Lou and I could give a seminar on how to make those. Hey, Lou and I we're well versed now. Eric, you're going to be the rookie on that Saturday. Afternoon.
Hey, Calvin Jefferson says I want to go try one. Hey, if you come on March 14th, Calvin,
we'll give you one.
You can give one. You can have one free, man.
We'll give you one.
And on top of that, you get some good Mexican food on top of that. Fuji says no RSVP. No, there is no RSVP. Just show up, man. Easy. We're making it easy. All you got to do is show up between 3 and 7 on March 14th.
And the best part about it is we actually got a sponsor, Ocho Tequila, sponsoring our Tommy event to make sure the margaritas are on the house or on Ocho. Even better.
Absolutely.
So there's no reason. Just show up, have fun. We'll be there. Eric and Glenn will be available for photos. And we're going to try to do a little live podcast while we're there with Glenn. It's going to be a fantastic time. I'm very excited. 8 days away. We'll be here before you know it. And nobody can use an excuse because if Chardal's going to the Fan Fest and then coming out to 24th and Gary, anybody can.
There you go. Right. Tahoe guy says he's going to try to make it on Saturday. Nice. He's coming all the way from Tahoe as long as there's no snow over the mountain pass. Hey, you know what? I think the weather's going to be pretty damn good over these next couple of weeks. I think we're going to get in the 80s over here in the Central Valley. So Tahoe guy, I expect to see you on Saturday, man. And guess what? Glenn, a couple of guys over there on the New York Giants.
I was going to say, Tahoe. Oh, that's a stone's throw compared to that news.
Yeah, we got a couple of guys. Well, they're actually in the Bay Area. One guy, actually a couple of guys are going to show up over there from the Giants Historical Society. So I'm looking forward to seeing Mars and Norm from the Giants, New York Giants Preservation Society.
Who smokes a cigar? Who smokes a cigar?
Can I ask one favor about the chat? When you come up to say hello to us, tell us who you are. Obviously,
we have no idea
who we are. You guys know who we are. I mean, we're introducing you to the man that invented the Tommy Margarita, Julio. He'll be there. He'll give us a couple minutes of tequila and all this stuff. But come up to us and say, hey, I'm Chardal. Hey, I'm this person. You know, I mean, I've met Aaron. You know, I know, Robert and all these guys from previous things. But come up, just say hello. You know, nothing wrong with us. You know what we look like, but we like to know what you look like. That's all we ask.
Yeah, you're not going to show up as AK-24. You're just not.
No. We might even find out who Anonymous is. And is our buddy going?
Hey, Robbie. I'm sure Robbie. Robbie, you out there, man?
Yeah, we'd like to see Robbie there. And wouldn't it be nice if, the door swung open and, the freak show?
Hey, wouldn't that be something?
You never know.
You never know.
Lou, you can speak fondly. You never know who's walking into Tommy's, do you?
Hey,
especially since the Fan Fest is having a bunch of alumni, you never know. Yes. These guys might say, "Hey, what are you doing after the Fan Fest?" I don't know. Let's go out to the. You never know.
You never know.
And we're going to be having raffles and giveaways. We're just not going to tell you what they are, but it's worth coming out, and it's going to be a lot of fun. No problem at all.
Oh, by the way, I got a package in the mail today from Senior Softball Games. He gave me a bunch of the giveaways they give at games, and I got a bunch of shirts to give away for anyone that wants to. Again, they're size medium, so it's going to probably be for the kids. But I think there's a Brandon Crawford T-shirt in there. There's some replica jerseys. There's some nice shirts in there. So I'll be giving away those for those of you who want to show up at Tommy's a week from tomorrow, guys. I can't wait. It's going to be so much damn fun. Good stuff. Awesome. But anyways, I want to talk more Eldridge. I mean, you talked about where does he fit in the aggregate. I agree, man. The Giants are going to need him. He cannot be a zero, right? And do I think he's going to? No. I think he's going to have to work on things because, again, it's the big leagues. So I'm looking forward to see how this is gonna pan out. Let's circle back to this because I know we talked about this before when Arias got signed. Do we lead him off or do we hit him lower in the lineup? Because again, he has pretty good numbers when guys are in running with runners in scoring position. And I'll start with you, Glenn. Where would you prefer to see Arias bat in the lineup?
Arias has been a consistent ball player at the plate, Eric. Doesn't strike out, which we need. Brings that number slightly down. So what do? Don't mess with it. That's what you do. What you do is you don't mess with it. He's a career leadoff man, Eric. You'll bat him leadoff.
Okay. Lou, where do you bat?
Go high on these other guys. The table setter is your Arias or your Jung Hoo Lee. Let the big bats drive him in.
Okay. Here's my question. Who is our leadoff hitter? Because I think Arias is a great number 2 hitter. But if you don't really have a number one hitter, a good leadoff hitter, which to tell you the truth, the Giants haven't had for a while. I mean, as we know, we bought up last week. I think Lee batted 1 through 9. I guess maybe you start him off, but he's not super fast. I think they got to realize, and again, I saw the other day they had Adames leading off when he hit the homer to lead off the game. I think the Giants got to realize he's a solid number 2 hitter. If not, I'd be very happy with him like at 5. Maybe behind Devers, give him a little protection. Again, I don't know where Devers is going to be batting because last year he was 2. He originally started at 3. So it goes back to what we talked about. I want the Giants, no matter where they bat him, just be consistent.
Keep it there.
Well, that's what I was going to ask Lou, Eric, is come opening day. I think I asked it last week. When we see a week into the season, they're starting to fiddle with it. Is that a bad sign?
It is. I think it is. It's a bad sign. If you're
Eric
tweaking
said, he would be happy if we had number 1 through 5 and 1 through 6 consistently. Yes. And again, it might not work, but keep it consistent. And
100%.
Stop doing this. If it's a righty or lefty, you're going to switch one guy who bats second to fifth. No, sorry. Other teams keep it consistent. They win. We have done this too many times where we're just an average team. Keep it consistent and do what you have to do. You talked about where do you think Arias bats? Again, if we had a leadoff hitter, I think he'd be a perfect number 2 with a little speed. And we talk about what Buster didn't give us. That's really one of the things. We still haven't had a leadoff hitter.
More holes.
It's just, it's something that, maybe we don't take that for granted. But if you ever notice, the first inning is such a big key inning for our pitchers, right? It's just one of those things. Webb's worst ERA every year is the first inning. Ray sometimes takes 2 or 3. That's because the teams we go against get their leadoff hitter on. The number 2 guy gets him over or they bunt him over. And all of a sudden, it's like we're down 1-0 before we even have batted. So I think that's sort of a big thing where what are we going to do? I don't know who our leadoff hitter. So when you ask me where Arias is, I'd rather bat him like 2 or maybe 5 because I think a lot of times too, we give a bad thing with Chapman and these guys didn't come through, but the batter after Chapman didn't come through either.
Correct.
Where maybe he could be one of those things where if Chapman doesn't get him through, you have Arias that with a base hit could score 2. And then Chapman looks Arias, hey, thanks for helping me out. And that's really what a ball team does. You have guys when guys can't come through in the clutch, the guy behind them does it and vice versa. So that's going to be a big key to the lineup.
Eric, when you add these players this offseason, as modest as it may seem, and the Eldridge, you got the Eldridge angle. Do you sense a little 2021 again?
No. Is that, you know why?
You don't? I'll tell you what. I wouldn't be surprised as much as I don't think they're a playoff team. They're just nibbling if they get in. It wouldn't surprise me, especially if they have a good month of April, if this is a team that shocks you, shocks all of us, and has a 2021 type season.
So you're saying if the stars are aligned, that's okay. I mean, could that happen? I guess it could, right? I guess I shouldn't arbitrarily just say no, but because we still had Buster Posey, still had Brandon Crawford.
I know.
But
hit me up at the trade deadline with a couple of pitchers, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Here, let me get back because I see your Jim. I see your super chat. I'll get there in a minute. As far as Arias, man, I would love to see him lead off, but I also want some speed. You talked about it, Lou. And that's what I would love to see Jung-Hoo Lee lead off. He seems like a prototypical leadoff hitter, a guy who's going to freaking just get a base hit. He could get on the base paths and he can move. Arias, he's not really a mover on the base paths, but I get it because if you lead him off, you're going to get an incredible at bat from the kid. I should say from the guy, because he's going to probably get you freaking 8 to 10 pitches out of the starting pitcher, and that pays dividends, especially in the beginning of the game. So I see that. And EB, he talks about this, and whoever brings in the Capri Sun can be first. Leadoff batter only counts in the first inning. But you could say that for any position in the lineup, right? You could say that once the first inning is done to a certain extent, once you've gone through, now it's all going to be it's going to be messed up. You don't know who's going to be the next leadoff hitter after the first inning. So
hey, maybe he can take 30 pitches, Eric. You just never know. I thought you were going to go down that road tonight.
Yeah, oh man. But yeah, I see. I don't know. I would not be disappointed if Arias led off. I also would not be disappointed if it was Lee. Those are the two guys I think that have to be considered to lead off.
But at least we're talking about guys and the potential to put a lineup together. Look, there are still questions this preseason, Eric. One of the guys in your camp, what are they doing with Matos? One last chance here, buddy.
This is it. Look, let's go into this before I'm going to get to the super chat after this. I don't know. I mean, this is it, man. Literally, this is the end of the road for young Luis Matos. And where does that road end? Does it end being on the roster with the San Francisco Giants, at least to start off the season?
I think he should.
I think there's three options here. Three options. He's either on the team, right, to start the season. Whether or not he stays on the roster the whole way is beyond me.
Well, there's only three. I know what they are.
Yeah. He gets DFA'd because they don't need him, or he gets traded. That's it. That's it.
Those are your options.
That's your options. And look, and here's the thing. And it puts Encarnacion. He's in the same predicament. But I don't think he has the trade value that Matos has, because Matos is younger. You can mold him a little bit better than Encarnacion, right? He's more of a guy that's going to go out there and just hit the ball hard. His defense is, kind of questionable. I saw him out in left field against the televised game. Who are they playing? Who was it that they were playing? I can't remember. Oh, he bobbled one out there in left field, and I was like, "Come on, you can't be doing that."
Matos is getting his at bats in the preseason, and
I think you're giving him the chance.
I've been listening to the game today. Glenn Kuiper brought up just a key stat. He said he's getting his at bats, whereas Encarnacion really has been missing in action.
Yeah,
and we're here from our Did You Know file, the Did You Know category. Matos has yet to strike out this preseason.
See? I mean, that's the thing that was always the thing about him. He was always a high contact guy. And the problem is, and I don't know what the Giants did with him. I don't know if they wanted him to go and swing for the fences. Maybe that's what he wanted. I don't know. But get away from that and just make contact. Come on, man.
I know, Lou. Look at Lou. Lou's down there saying, enough. Just get me quality ball players.
Exactly.
Well,
Jim.
I think we're talking about two things, too. Oh, no. Go to the super chat, and then I'll talk. I'm sorry.
Got $2 from Jim. Says, what's up, Lou? What did I miss? How's our pitching? Jim, rewind it. We kind of already went over that. Check it out. There's Will. What's up, Will? He's saying he's saluting Glenn and Lou. Again, I know you're battling some things, Will. And again, I am sorry for what you're going through. And it's not my business, but thoughts and prayers. If you want to say it in the chat, that's fine, and then I can elaborate. But that's all up to you. So again,
we're here for you, buddy. I think, Eric, you bring up a point that maybe it might be for a better show, but you're talking about if Eldridge is on the big leagues roster and starts with us, and then you bring up Matos, who we know he's either on or he's off. But I think in these next 2 weeks, we've said this before, you're looking at the people, forget the pitchers who might not be with us. But when you look at our infielders, all right, obviously Adames, Arias, Chapman, and say Eldridge is there. Devers are DH. Then you have Tyler Fitzgerald, Christine Koss, who's had a great spring training, and then you got Casey Schmidt. We can't keep them all. So what are they going to do there? Then you go to the outfielders. Will Brennan, who I know, Eric, you've talked about a few times, right? But you have Lee in right, you have Ramos in left, and then you have Harrison Bader in center. Okay. That means we have 6 guys And we really only have spots for 3 if Eldridge is going to be on the big league and Matos.
Right.
So you got Will Brennan, you got Encarnacion, you got Drew Gilbert, Grant McCray.
Yeah, I think Drew Gilbert's the odd man out of the rotation.
Look, McCray, Brennan, and Gilbert all have options, man. They all have options. So you don't, even though they don't make the team, guess what? You don't lose them. They're still on your team. They're going to be down in Sacramento for when someone decides to go on the IL. So, but yeah.
And if you want to talk about guys who are having a good preseason, and if it means something, then I said it on Wednesday night. If you watch them or listen, that's our option here in the preseason with Giants.com. If you listen on the website, they broadcast all the games, the audio. You know who seems to be having a great preseason is Tyler Fitzgerald. Does it mean anything? I mean, there's still question marks about the team. There are a lot of question marks, a lot of decision making between now and opening day.
Yeah. Hey, Buster Posey, Zach Manasian, Tony Vitello, they're going to have to look. It's going to get
Casey Schmidt. Everybody's like, oh, Casey Schmidt. He's just on the team. Does Casey Schmidt fit if he got Fitzgerald? I mean, you got too many outfielders. There are fans out there. Somebody like Lou said the other night, there are fans of the Giants out there right now. I hope you didn't buy a jersey of your favorite team because he just might not be here on opening day.
Yeah, that's true. And here's Will. Okay, unfortunately, guys, for those of you who are been longtime listeners, Will has been a guy that's been a big supporter of our channel. His mother, unfortunately, succumbed to cancer, and today he had to bury her. So again, thoughts and prayers, Will. I know it's tough. It's look, words cannot come close to what you must be feeling with your loss. And I texted you this. You know, time will heal everything to a certain extent, but it's stupid to have to say that. But I mean, there's truth to it. It just sucks because when you're in the moment, it's not a good place to be, and I get it. So just if you need anything, just let us know, man.
Hey, I think we're just lucky that we're here to help you out just that little bit, Will. I lost my dad in December, and this Giant Sports Talk Live really helped me. You know, Eric and Glenn outside that you guys didn't see were very supportive. Lou, what can we do? You know, we're just glad that we can give you a couple moments that can give you a little smile and just make your life a little bit easier. But it does get a little bit easier, but I'm so sorry for your loss.
Eric and Glenn and the fan base pride. A lot of the guys in the chat as well, I'm sure, think the same thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Glenn, to your point, Fitzgerald, he's showing something. Look, could he make a bid to maybe trump Koss or Schmidt? Look, at both of those guys, I think, does Koss have options? That I don't know. I don't know if Koss has options.
Do you think that's how it's going to play out, Eric? Do you think it's going to be the guys who have the options are the first to go down?
Yes, because you got options. It's easy. It's an easy move. Hey, we don't lose you, but we got you stored away over there. If we need
then you better have a good attitude if you're a guy like McCray or Gilbert when you go down, because if that's I know what I'd be like. I'd be storming in saying, I had a camp for the ages and you're sending me down, but it's a numbers game.
Exactly. Hey guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna warm up my coffee.
Some of these guys, Lou, are getting their at bats. While some are, I'm seeing Fitzgerald getting a lot of at bats.
Yeah,
I was starting to wonder if your favorite player, Encarnacion, there. I thought you scouted him in the Mexican League. I thought
Mr. Pretzel on defense.
I thought he'd be getting more at bats. I thought he was hurt or something. I don't know.
I think, Glenn, this because the WBC is going. Guys have no excuse if they're not on the roster. Yeah. Okay, because everybody's getting a chance and more. And, we talk about Matos. If the Giants don't see him in his future, gone. The only thing is, you brought up a great point, Glenn, is a lot of these guys have egos. McCray was up a little bit. He was down in the minors so many times. Some of these guys can only do it so often. Hey, if I go down in the minors, that doesn't mean you have to report to the minors. You can ask for an all-out release. I've been saying this for a while. We give our guys way, way, way too many chances.
Way.
It's okay to DFA a guy because he's not really part of our future. I know he's got options, but a guy like McCray was up and down last year. Matos, up and down, never got back up. You know?
Lou will give you a better example.
Yeah.
Luciano.
Yeah.
Luciano, where are you now? So
He's been released 3 times since we released him.
Yeah,
because we think guys are just better. You know, it's okay to let a guy go if he's successful. You know, it happened. I mean, look at. I think of the Pittsburgh Pirates and O'Connor, or who was the guy who was our
Connor Joe.
Connor Griffin. Connor Griffin.
Connor Joe.
Oh, Connor Joe.
He was with us for 1 week. Are you telling me the guy played 1 week and we had to release him? Now he's a starter for Pittsburgh. You know, you could have released him before. That's why it's okay. You know, again, we have way too many guys that are between AAA and the majors. Let them go with let them be somebody else's headache. You know, we got to start thinking of guys. Hey, you give them 3, 4, 5 years. It doesn't work out. Fine. Because we have guys below single A, double A that we might need them. Like, you know, we're talking about our lineup. The guy that hit the homer from San Jose, that guy's like 7 for 10 for the spring. He just hit a grand slam the opposite way. Why isn't that guy being considered? That's all I'm saying. You know, just too many times we sit on our laurels. Oh, the guy's so young. Oh, well, the guy was good 2 years ago. Oh, the guy's coming off an injury. It's okay. He can be somebody else's problem instead of our problem like every year he's been. That's all I'm saying.
You're talking about 3, 4, 5 years and then move on. They've got to get away, and I hope they have gotten away from the 3, 4, 5 days, Lou. There's a prime example. Connor Joe. Oh, you get him. He starts opening day. A week later, he's gone. And then he was the leadoff man in Pittsburgh for a whole season, Lou. So, I mean, we went down that road with Farhan. Bring a guy in. He was on the 12 day. Don't get an apartment. You're here for 12 days. That's it.
I'll tell you what, too, Glenn. Let's remember Farhan, man. He had a revolving door. You were up one day, down the next. Another guy up. Last year, Buster, I don't think I think you could count on one hand how many roster moves he had. And you know why? Because he's stuck with his guys, and I'm okay.
We had no bus tickets left.
Now, that being said, they still adjusted the lineup all over the place because for whatever reason, I don't know. That's water under the bridge, as they say. But I'm looking forward, man. I want to see did you see the clip of Ron Washington with infield? Oh, I got to show you this.
The only thing that's been consistent, Eric, has been the slogan. Nothing like it. We can't keep consistency with those minor leaguer. If you're going to hold the young guys you got to get them their at bats at the major league level. You can't be 2 at bats, sit for a week, go down, back up, play a game, sit for a week, go down. That's got to stop.
Yeah.
Get me a public address announcer. Not that it's important, but get me again. No consistency in this organization. I never know who the PA announcer is going to be one day to the next. I mean, Kelby Tomlinson or whatever. We're going to get the young guy calling the game again, Eric. There's no consistency. And again, I'm afraid that falls into place this year. There's going to not be consistency when they start juggling the lineup. There's not going to be enough consistency in the pitching. I just always feel, is it fair to say, Lou, that as a fan, you're always just running around chasing your tail trying to be a fan of this team?
Well, I tell you, and I think that's changing. That is changing. There's no doubt about it. That is changing. But it takes for baseball, it just takes time for you to be able to kind of mold the team and how you want it. And Buster Posey is doing it. All right.
Well, I don't know about that, Eric. You're going out and you're signing guys to steal. You still Arise. You bring in Arise and his great at bat. What do? You sign him for 1 year.
I'll tell you why. You know why? They don't want to block some of these guys. And I think that might be one of the reasons. We'll see. And who knows? Maybe maybe they've already talked to Arise and said, hey, you know, if you do pretty good for us, we'll give you another couple of years. That's possible, right?
Lou, listen to Eric. If I'm Arise, I got a word of advice for Arise. Never believe anything you hear from the Giants, especially Buster. I don't believe a word they say.
Not going to go that far.
Mr. Washington, 82 years old. I like it.
Oh, baby.
Like 70.
Oh, yes. That's awesome. That's beautiful.
That's what he says.
Baby.
That's what he says when he listens to Giants Sports Live.
You can't fool our eyes. Oh, yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that is beautiful.
What do you think of Eric?
Baby. Oh, baby.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
I know he
There
is.
you go. There you go.
What about Lou?
Beautiful.
Oh.
Beautiful.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Oh, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, baby.
You got it. Oh, no.
Beautiful.
Love it, dude. Is that awesome? Come on. Tell
Eric,
me that does not bring a smile
I
to your
can't wait.
face.
I can't wait till we go to a game and he walks by us. Oh,
Oh, I
yeah.
can't wait.
Hey, beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
What's up? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I tell you, you know what I love about
Old
that?
school.
You know what I love about that? We all talk about this. This is a kid's game.
Positivity.
This is a kid's game.
Yep.
And there it is, a 79-year-old, I think, or something, 70-something years old, 70 or 74, I can't remember. And he's out there acting like a little kid, having fun, enjoying it. Dude, it's just, tell me, man, I love this game.
And there's
It's
no
just
pressure on
so
him.
much fun.
He's not managing the team. He's not,
Nope, no pressure.
It's all about just helping out the youth because he loves it. And that's great. Maybe this is something that the Giants have been missing, where they've been so analytical. They forget it is a kid's game. It's about having fun.
Hey, Lou, you know why I love it? It is about the kids. Right, Eric?
Yeah, it is.
It is about the kids.
That's so awesome.
Little Hunter Pence shows up on the show occasionally.
Get a razor.
Yeah. Hey, get her. Hey, you know what? Not only does he got the pipes, he's got the swing.
Oh my God! Oh my! He didn't even hit the ball. He hit the tee. He went out. Oh my God!
Love it. I love
He
it,
wouldn't
man.
let him play anymore until he went down into the bay and he had to fish out the balls, Lou.
Well, that's typical. Giants are a little cheap. They only had 2. So,
Yeah.
It happens. By the way, sign that kid up now.
Yeah,
Sign him
right.
up.
Well, the problem is we're still running the video. I think he's in college now, but
Good to hear.
Not quite
you
yet.
gotta keep the good material on file.
I think he's only 13, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Aaron, he's better than Eldridge. Oh man, look at that already.
He's
You
got a
hate
good
Eldridge.
swing.
You hater. You're a hater.
Got a nice swing.
Oh, dude, but it's fun, right? And look, we get all serious on here talking about our baseball, but hey, ultimately, it's a kid's game. We have fun and we get passionate because we want our team to win.
We're fans.
And we all hey, right? We all have different ways when we get there.
You want to see me smile, Eric? Read my lips. Reach in, pay the cover charge. Let's go to the club. It is Friday night,
Yeah, you know what?
Come on, man. Come on.
You know what? Hey,
who's riding this freight train? Come on.
Right, and since we're talking tequila, let's go a different route here.
Marcus, I guess, is at the club. We're doing the sombrero dance tonight.
Let's go! Come on, man! It's Friday night.
I need one of those big sombreros.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, you know what? You could roll into Tommy's with a sombrero. Maybe
They've got one there for me.
I'll do. They got one there.
It's Tommy's Mexican. You don't think there's a red sombrero hanging up on the wall there?
Of course there is. Of course there is.
It's next to the rookie card. Giant Sports Talk Live, Glenn.
Yeah. But to your point, Glenn, hey, it is Friday night. And it's about that time, isn't it? Let's do this. Where the hell is it? Where the hell did it go?
I can never find it. It's all getting mishmash.
It's all freaking, it's all over the place. Let's go. Come on.
There we go. Welcome to the club. Hey, there's Marcus. Hey, Marcus.
Oh, man. Woo! Come on, man. Let's go. right, it is Friday night. Again, hopefully everyone is having a great time. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Hey, it's Friday night, almost 9:15 at night. You guys are hanging out here. Listen to us talk about Giants baseball. Did a little bit of WBC. Again, to recap, Giants won their Pool B game against Team Brazil. They beat them 15-5. Look, the eighth inning,
USA.
It was close. It was 8-5. I was like, what is going on here? And then all of a sudden, the Team USA, they freaking turned it on, and they wind up finishing. They scored another 7 runs. So
they're back at it again tomorrow. Giants, they beat the Cincinnati Reds. I believe it was 4-2, and they're back at it. I noticed one thing this year, Eric, that really stands out as far as the scheduling. Did you know the Giants, one of these teams that they rarely have a day off in the preseason? Playing every single day.
They had a day off, yesterday, I believe, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and then they go on another tear. That's a lot of baseball early. It's great, but it's just hard for me to get into it. I'm not like Lou. Lou's got the radiant fresh batteries in there an hour before the game every day, every afternoon. Well, he said he missed today's game, so I guess the Duracells ran out.
Yeah, I didn't even know where the Giants were playing because if you go on ESPN and look up MLB, it wasn't even listed. Yeah. But I was more all over watching MLB Network, getting excited for, little WBC. Yeah. And I look at some of these lineups. Yeah. I mean, I saw Puerto Rico and it's like an all-star team. Mm. Every one of these teams are all-star teams. So it's going to be fun. USA again plays tomorrow and then they're off, but they play Mexico and Houston. Then they have, they're going against Beck. If I assume he'll still be on the team, is going to be going against the Giants. So it'll be fun. And I really like it when you see a former Giant playing in these games. You know what I mean? And having a little success. So it's fun.
Hey, Lou, if we were to leave the club and go over to the betting window next door, all right, we stroll over and the lights are on. It's 2 a.m. and they got the betting window still open. Would you take Team USA or the field to win it all?
I would take the field. I already answered before you were done. I think the thing about USA is we're not being homers, but we see their lineup. Yeah. Especially since I know, I'm not saying Webb isn't one of their best pitchers, but their big two aren't going to be there when the finals and the semifinals happen. Right. So I don't know who's going to pitch it. You got a question mark?
I was thinking about that today with Scuba leaving and who's going to be there. So it might be a bullpen game.
Hey, maybe people changed their mind and said, "Oh hell no, we want to go get the gold." Maybe, I don't know.
I think these guys are fixed on Bo Bichette. Bo Bichette could have played. He said, "No, I got to work on third base. I got a career ahead of me." So
tomorrow is the
Puerto
first
Rico and Dominican Republic are just as good.
Tomorrow is the first split squad. The first split squad games of the year tomorrow. So they're going to be at the Diamondbacks. But the game that's going to be broadcasted on NBC Sports Bay Area, they're going to be facing the Rangers in Scottsdale tomorrow. 12:05 start. You also be able to listen to that on Camden.
How much? I tell you what, I got to be careful, guys. I was thinking about it today. I got to be careful. I need a week to kind of mellow out of this and take a day off not from Giant Sports Talk, of course, but from watching ball. I don't want to be burnt out come opening day, Eric. There's a lot of ball on right now between Giants games and watching replays and this World Baseball Classic from literally 5 a.m. till late at night. I don't want to burn myself out. It's just a little heavy on the baseball right now.
It is, no doubt about it.
And then, Eric, one thing, I know Glenn's going to be very excited about this. Sunday, we spring forward.
No, that's right. Actually, it starts tomorrow. Tomorrow night at 2:00.
Tomorrow night, yeah. So everyone, when we come here Monday,
don't forget to set your clocks.
Don't worry. Yeah, we're going to be moving forward an hour. So
yeah, otherwise you're going to miss the entire show. We don't want.
I'll show up and you guys will be signing off.
Aaron,
I'm in Winnipeg, so.
Oh, Aaron's being kind. He says props to me. I was on the New York Giants Preservation Society YouTube channel.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. Eric, what a great job on the show last night. What a great job promoting our channel and talking to the Giants fans. And I got to tell you, they're quite the crew over there. I love tuning into their show on Thursday nights.
You ain't getting nothing across those guys, man. Those guys are veterans, man. I'm like, seriously, when I get over there, I am the baby out of the bunch. But I'm going to tell you something. It's an absolute, dude, if I tell you, go check out the New York Giants Preservation Society. He posts it on YouTube talking about Gary Mintz. Matter of fact, Gary's going to be on with us next week. And it's either going to be Monday or Wednesday. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Nice.
But the interviews that he has on there and the guests that he gets, and then the people that are part of the Preservation Society, absolutely fantastic. Good stuff.
Lou, the majority of them there used to go and watch the New York Giants play.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Wow.
Yeah, it's no joke. But again, thank you for the kind words, Aaron. And again, thanks to Gary for inviting me to come on and talk. It was a lot of fun, and appreciate that.
And it's always some laughs in there too. It's
always.
There's laughs in there, and
always.
I don't know. There's just you got to go back and watch this.
You got to go watch. Yeah, it will speak for itself. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Last thoughts, Glenn. What you got?
Last thoughts. Again, I don't want to get burnt out. Here we go again tomorrow. Don't forget the Giants are on the tube tomorrow for a majority of people. Or if you got, the get up on the roof, get that. Don't be like Bo Diaz. Remember the former catcher, Bo Diaz? He died adjusting the satellite dish. He fell off the roof and died. So just be careful. Get the dish all set up. Watch the Giants on NBC. You got USA playing again tomorrow, if that's your thing. There's just so much to do. And then, of course, Lou, I'm going to be watching some ball, and I'm going to be listening to some music, having a nice day in Winnipeg, getting ready for my trip back to the Bay Area for baseball 2026. I'm leaving next week. I'll be back home. But for you, not only baseball, tomorrow, I understand, is a big day. The horses are on the track.
Oh.
Tomorrow's a big day, big cap day down at Santa Anita, Tampa Bay Derby, a few things. And when we get closer to the big events, I'll throw out some winners, try to help everybody out like I've done the last 2 years. But one of the things I did want to point out, WBC tomorrow is playing at 2 o'clock on Fox. Okay. So, and the other thing is, if you're up late tonight at 11 o'clock on Fox Sports 1, Otani and the boys are playing. They're playing.
There you go.
Korea. So, again, as Glenn says, it's 5 a.m. Depending, we're still 3 hours behind. It starts right away. So, if you guys, after the chat being at Disco Friday night, are going to go out on the town, be safe. When you come back, turn on Fox Sports 1, and you can see Korea and Japan.
And it might not even be an all-nighter, Lou, because you figure that thing might be over by the 5th inning. Who knows?
Both teams are 1-0. Anything's possible.
Australia's 2-0, so you never know.
Yeah, how about that one?
What about you, Eric? Ready to take us home?
Yeah, let's get the heck out of here. You guys enjoy your weekend. It's going to be beautiful here in the Central Valley. And look, spring is almost here. And don't forget, I think Lou already talked about it. Spring ahead. We'll be back with you guys Monday night. Monday night, 8 o'clock.
A lot to talk about. Good 48 hours later.
It is, right? We'll talk more Giants, see what's going on with the Giants. And, of course, WBC is raring going, man. I tell you. Before you know it, it's already going to be quarterfinals. It's quick. This WBC doesn't mess around.
March Madness coming up, Lou. Just got to balance it all out. Keep it in the aggregate.
Keep it in. Speaking of which, I mean, you're talking March Madness. We're talking freaking the opening day and Kentucky Derby and the Masters. Dude, there's so much going on. But more importantly,
on the ball game tonight, see the ads? Doubleheader weekend. You get IndyCar and NASCAR weekend. I'll be watching that. There's just so much on the go. Too much. Thank God. Thank God my wife is in San Francisco and I'm in Winnipeg. She gets that TV for this weekend, and I get my 3 TVs all set up.
Oh, and real quick, guys, before I get out of here, I saw the advertisement come out a couple of days ago. Tom Hanks got a brand new documentary coming out on World War II on the History Channel. Listen to this, Glenn, a 20-parter, 20 parts to this series. It's going to be the biggest, what do you want to call it, coverage of a World War II history ever made for TV, and Tom Hanks is going to narrate it. So
he's going to put Ken Burns to shame.
Oh, it is. It's going to be absolutely insane. May 29th is when it's supposed to start. It's probably
I'm
gonna
not as worried about that, Eric. I'm still trying to scout around, and I want to see Marty Laurie's documentary before I go any further. That might be a highlight for tomorrow.
You got to go check it out. Go check out Baseball
What's
Minch.
it called? Enlighten everybody.
Baseball Minch. What is it? Marty Laurie's story. I think I can. Yeah, Baseball Minch.
Marty
I can't
Laurie's
remember.
How do you spell that? M-Y-N? How do you spell that?
Baseball Minch. M-E-N-S-C-H, I believe.
Oh my!
Fantastic.
Okay. Glad I asked.
Absolutely fantastic. You'll learn a lot about Marty that you may not know about, but it's fantastic. Good stuff, man.
Hey, and are you and I go? I don't even know if we're invited. Are you going to the Marty Laurie?
The Mardi Gras.
The Mardi Gras. Are we going to Mardi Gras?
I already put in our names, so we are good to go. So
who do I got to send the cash to? Who we got to hook up?
I'll talk to Marty. I don't know if it goes straight to Marty.
You're friends with Lou. That'll get you in.
The charge is double.
Oh, nice. But yeah, that's going to be fun. The names are already in. March 24th, the day before.
When everybody asks me, do you know Lou? I go, no, but I know Julio.
Yeah. There you go. Let's get out of here, guys. Be good out there, and we'll see you guys Monday night. Woo!
You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.